Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Uday Kumar Khan. Today, I am going to discuss about the experiment to determine self-inductance of a coil by Anderson bridge. And for that, first I am going to discuss about the theory behind the experiment, and then I am going to give you the demonstration how to perform the experiment. So, the basic idea behind the experiment is to find the self-inductance of an inductor coil. This coil, any inductor coil L1, it has some resistance. So, any practical inductor can be represented with a pure inductor in series with a resistance RL. So, this inductor has some resistance also. So, that resistance I am putting separately, and the pure inductor I am putting separately. So, this is the presentation of a practical inductor or impure inductor. So, impure inductor is equal to pure inductor plus some resistance. So, in Anderson bridge experiment, we want to find out the value of this L, self-inductance of a coil. This pure L value I want to find out. So, to do the experiment, this is the Anderson bridge. We are going to use this bridge is the simplified version of Maxwell's L by C bridge. And this bridge has four arms: P, Q, R and S. This is the total S, and there is one small R resistance here which can be varied, it's variable resistance, and there is one capacitor here. We can set the capacitor at different value for the experiment, but for this experiment we keep C constant to a certain value and then vary R. And then we have this null detector or headphone for our experiment, and this entire bridge is driven by a AC source having frequency 1 kHz. So, to find the L value, we have to, L means we have to find the value of this L value. So, this arm has one resistance which is variable, this one S2 and L. Arm has the resistance S. This S is equal to S1 plus S2, where S1 is the resistance of L. That means this RL I am talking about. So this S1 corresponds to the resistance of L, that is RL. And this S2 is externally applied and we can vary. So this is variable. So the working formula for the experiment is L is equal to CQR plus small r into R plus S, where R, S, Q, C like this and small r. And when this condition is satisfied, like P is equal to Q and R is equal to S, P is equal to Q and R is equal to S, in that condition, this equation becomes L is equal to CR Q plus 2R. And the balance condition holds good when this L value is greater than C into R into Q. And the maximum capacitance value that can be used for this experiment is related with the L value with this formula: C max is equal to L upon R into Q. So this experiment has two parts. In the first part, we have to find out the resistance of the coil. That means this RL value we have to find out. So to find the RL value, we try to get the DC balance in this circuit. DC balance, so for that the bridge will remain same, like PQRS will be there, but C is not needed, R is not needed, and instead of headphone or null detector we have to use one galvanometer, and instead of AC source we have to use a DC source. This is a simple Wheatstone bridge, PQRS, and then there is a galvanometer, there is one power supply. So in the balance condition, what happens is this P by Q becomes equal to R by S, and this S2 again, like I said earlier, S2 is variable and this has resistance S1. So this S is equal to S2 plus S1. And where S1 is the resistance of the coil. And so first we have to get this balance, and with this balance, while we balance here, we vary the S2. So for what S2 value we are getting the balance here, DC balance here, that we have to note down. Then we have two relations, P by Q is equal to R by S, and then S is equal to S2 plus S1. Thus, knowing P, Q, R, we can find out S, and knowing S2, we can find out S1, which is the resistance value RL of the coil, this L1. Then we have to get back to this circuit. Now what we have to do is we have to take a certain value of C considering this condition. So we have to fix a C value. Then S2 we have to keep what we have got during the DC balance. So no need to adjust S2 anymore here. So now this will be fixed, and in this bridge we get the balance just varying R. So with the help of headphone or null detector, varying R, we have to get the balance here. This balance is called AC balance. So from the AC balance, we will be able to find out the R value, and then putting the R value here, as we know the C value, R value, so C we know, R we know, Q we know, and we have got the R value for a balance condition, so we can find out the L from this relation. So this is our technique or working principle for the experiment. Working formula is here. First we will do the DC balance, and then we will do the AC balance for a particular inductor coil. So now let's do the experiment. This is the experimental trainer board for us, Anderson bridge. So the bridge connections are the following. We have for P, these two connectors are there. So P is here, two N connectors are these two. Then Q, two N connectors are these two. Then R, these two are the N connectors. And S, we have total S. So the inductor is connected here and another resistance is connected here. This S can be obtained from here. So we have to take the two connections from these two to here, and there are variable ports. So this is into 10. So, and this is into 1 ohm, this is into 0.1. So for balance we have to adjust here for DC balance. Then for P we have 3 options. We can take 10, we can take 100 ohm, we can take 1 kilo ohm. So if we want to say connect 100 ohm, we have to connect one probe here, another here, and another probe here, and other end here. Similarly, for Q, we have 3 options. 10 ohm we can take 100 ohm, we can take 1 kilo ohm here. And for R also, we have 3 options: 10 ohm, 100 ohm, 1 kilo ohm. Okay, for L, we have 2 options here, L1 and L2. So we have to connect here like this to this, and this end to this end. Similarly for this. Then for AC balance, we have to connect R here, small r, from between these two connectors. And the small r is here, that can be obtained from the 4 variable ports. So this is into 1 kilo ohm, into 100 ohm, into 10 ohm, into 0.1, into 1 ohm. Then for C, we have one C here, which can be varied with this port. This is into 0.1 microfarad. Then we have a detector to be connected here for AC, and that detector is here. These two ends should come here. So this to this, and this connection to this connection should be there. And so here we have a detector. We have 2 modes here, AC mode or DC mode. For AC balance, we have to use the AC detector. DC balance, we have to use the DC detector. It acts as a galvanometer. Then for the source to be connected between these two. That means between these two, we have both DC source and AC source here. Source is here. So the terminals of the source are these two, and this source, for DC balance you have to take the DC source, battery, and then for AC balance we have to use the AC source. This is a sinusoidal wave having frequency 1 kilohertz. So before doing the experiment, as our aim is to find out the L value of this inductor, that means what is the pure inductance value of this practical inductor or impure inductor. So I first check what is the resistance of this inductor coil. So for that I am using one multimeter here, and what I find is the resistance of this coil is 27.7 ohm. And as we have 2 coils here, I want to check for the other coil also. For this, what we find, the resistance is 37.8, and I go back to the earlier one. So for L1 we have the 27.3, it is showing. So 27.3, I am noting it down, and then for L2 also I am checking. This is 37.8, it is showing. So for L1, L2, 37.8. Then this is a nice multimeter. I can get the inductance value of the coils also with this multimeter. So just to verify, I am keeping this also in my record. So what is the inductance value? So how much it is showing? So this is showing something like 52.7 6. The coil 1, L1 is showing 52.6 Henry, and the L2 we are getting is 105.3 millihenry. So now we have to experimentally verify what we have got in the multimeter. So first I am going to use L1, and so first I have to get the resistance of L1. So for that I have to go for DC balance. So for that my circuit connection is the following. So let's verify what we have obtained by the help of multimeter, with the help of multimeter. So for that first I use the L1. So we have to go for DC balance first. So first I am making my circuit ready. So P has to be connected. So for convenience I am using 100 ohm for P. So this one end is connected. Again I am connecting the other end. Then Q has to be connected. So Q means this one. And other end has to be connected like this. This end. Okay. Then connect, and R is connected here like this. Okay. So I have connected R, I have connected P, I have connected Q. Now I have to connect S. So S has two parts. This S1 and S2, as I showed you in the whiteboard. So this S1 is the, okay, here this is S and L. So this S means here I have to connect here, and another one I have to connect here. Okay, and then I have to connect the inductor coil I want to use for my experiment to get the self inductance. So this L should come here, this L should come here, and then other end of L should come here. Okay, so I have connected P, I have connected Q, I have connected R, I have connected S and L. So in this case, S means what I showed you in the board, S2, and L is having the resistance S1. So the entire branch is having resistance S is equal to S1 plus S2. Now I have to connect one source here. So source means this DC source has to be connected, as this is for DC balance. So this end and the other end is to be connected like this. Okay. So I have connected the source and this to be taken in DC mode. Now I have to connect the detector. So detector I am connecting here this end, then again I am connecting the detector like this. So my circuit is ready. This is DC balance. I don't have to connect R, small r, I don't have to connect C. Now I have to check whether it is giving a balance or not, and if it gives balance, what is the value of S I am getting. So for DC balance I am going to vary this S value, what I showed you in the board, that was S2. So I am switching on this main switch. Okay, so for my experiment I am keeping initially S0. Okay, so for me P is equal to 100, Q is equal to 100, R is equal to 100. So total resistance should be 100 in this branch to have the balance condition P by Q is equal to R by S. So let me try. So this should go down. So it's going down. It should be 0. So becoming, okay, it is becoming lower, lower, lower. Okay, 0.36 here. And now I am adjusting this one. Okay, it's coming down, coming down. It's nearly there. Again, I am adjusting here. Okay, so perfectly 0. It is showing perfectly. Now, what is the value of S? That means S2 for my circuit I drew in the board. So this value is, this is 100 into 10 and this peak is here. So 7 into 10, that means 70 plus 2 into 1, 2 plus 2 into 8 into 0.1, 8 into 0.1. So this is 72.8 I'm getting. So this entire branch is having 100 ohm. Out of 100, this S is giving 72.8. So the rest resistance is there with the inductor coil. And so what is that value? That value L. So RL is equal to 100 minus 72.8. So we have 27.2 ohm. So what we have got with the help of multimeter, the L1 had the resistance 27.3 ohm and now I am getting 27.2 ohm. So it's matching. Okay. Now I do the same experiment for the other coil also. So I am making this 0, making this 0, making this 0, 0. And now just everything will remain same. I just have to connect L2 in the circuit instead of L1. So for that I am just shifting the connectors from this end to that end. Now I am switching it on again. Let's vary S. So going down, going down, going down, it will be 0. So it's going down, going down. No, it is negative. So now I'll adjust here. Going down, going down. No, I should stop here. Then I have to adjust here. Down, 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 0. So it's perfectly 0. So what is the value here? Resistance value 100 ohm. Out of that, S has resistance 2.3 ohm. Therefore, the coil resistance is 37.7 ohm. And what we have got with the help of multimeter, that was 37.8 ohm. So it's perfectly matching. Okay. So DC balance is over for two different coils, L1 and L2. Next we will go for AC balance. So we'll start with L1 coil. So I'm putting this off and I'm switching to L1 first. Okay. So circuit will be a little bit different. So the difference is here. Mainly we have to connect R and C here. This R and C has to be connected now in the circuit, which is not connected now. And the detector should be AC detector and that connection should be also different now. And the source will also be AC. So now I am switching to AC source and then I have to connect the R value first. So for R, I have to take this here. Then other end, I must connect here. So R is connected now. Then I have to connect C. So for C, I have two ends here. So from one end, I am connecting C here. For other end, I am connecting C here. And now this detector connection should be changed. So this detector connection should be between this end, this middle and this end. So one terminal is already connected in this end. So this other one should be connected in the middle. So I am shifting this connection to the middle. So the connections are over. Now I have to check for AC balance. So for that, as I have shifted to L1, first I have to set the S value, what I have got for L1. For L1, I had the S value 72.8. So now I have to set it to 72.8. Okay. So this S value I have set for L1 as I had it earlier. Now I have to set the capacitor value. So for capacitor value I take something like 0.2. And this is perfectly maintaining the condition of the balance as I showed you in the whiteboard. And before I do the switch on the bridge, I keep all the ports at 0 position. Now as I have connected the AC detector, so it should be shifted to AC mode. So source is AC, detector is AC, C is connected and set at value 0.2 microfarad, and then this R is also connected, but R we have to set. So the formula for my balance is L is equal to CR Q plus 2R. Now I am putting this on, and we have to see when it becomes minimum. It may not be 0 here because AC detector this is. So now let's see. So it has gone down a lot. Now it is increasing again. So this is the minimum by this. Now I have to try it with this. Okay. Okay. No, this is the minimum, and no, this is the minimum position. Let's see. No. Show 1. So our minimum value I am getting here is about 0.05. We cannot make it 0. Okay. So this is the minimum value I am getting. Okay. So the minimum value I have got here. So I should stop here. So I suppose balance is there. So what is the value of small r? So 1201 ohm. So now if I calculate, what will be then? C is 0.2 microfarad for me. So now the AL becomes 50.04 millihenry. And what we have got with the help of multimeter, it was something like 52.6 millihenry. So we are very close to the value we have obtained in the multimeter. Okay. Now we'll do the same experiment for L2 and let's see what happens. So I'm putting this off. Then I am switching to L2 first here. And for L2 we have to set the S value 2.3. So I have to set the value 62.3 here. And I start with R value 0. Okay. And C I am keeping 0.2. Okay, now I am doing the experiment once again for L2. So I have to make it minimum. Let's do. Okay, it has come down a lot. It has come down a lot. It is coming down more. No, it is now. This is the minimum here. Now with this, let me try. It is not changing. With this, no, it's not changing. Okay, so I am adjusting R. Okay, it has come down. Okay, this is giving minimum. Okay. Okay, so this is the minimum value. And what is the value of R? 2435 ohm. And what will be the value of L now? For L2, 99.4 millihenry. It's little less, it is showing. I don't know for some reason. But this is the procedure we must follow, and sometime we get more accurate result. So with this setup, we are able to get the value of self-inductances for two different coils I have studied. And if we want, we can make a series connection of the two coils, and similarly we can get the equivalent self-inductance value of the two coils, or anti-series connection also. Then also you can get the equivalent self-inductance. Okay, this AC detector can be replaced with this kind of headphone also. So if we want to use the headphone instead of AC detector, we have to remove the detector from here, and then we have to connect the headphone like this. And as this source is having frequency 1 kilohertz, so it is in audio range. It's an oscillator in audio range, so we can hear the sound wearing the headphone occurring or not. That means when the sound becomes minimum, that is the balance condition. So instead of AC detector, we can use this headphone also to get the balance. So let us go back to the whiteboard once again. I showed you in the experiment in the trainer board how to calculate the self-inductance of a coil. So in my experiment, I have taken two different coils and I showed you how to get the resistance value of the coils and how to get the pure inductance value, self-inductance value of the coils. And as I said you, we can make series connection, anti-series connection of inductor coils and get the self-inductance value of that combination also. So I hope you will be able to perform the experiment in the laboratory and students will be very happy. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.